Hello and welcome back to the STB Racing League Season 17 Tier 2 Championship. Tonight we are heading to Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix for what is the penultimate round of the campaign for these Tier 2 drivers. And I'm sure it's going to be an absolute fantastic race as usual. We've got dry conditions in this qualifying session early on, but we saw the same yesterday and there was some rain that we saw early in the race, so I'm pretty sure we might be seeing some in the race, but we'll have to wait and see that. But yeah, I'm joined by EQR Matty in the commentary box tonight for a change. So how are you, Matt, and how are you feeling about tonight?
I'm feeling good. Bit of a rush earlier on, late decision to come into the commentary, but I'm looking excited for this one. So Brazil's always been quite competitive, so excited.
Yep, should be a good one. We've got plenty of drivers with their home Grand Prix tonight. One of them being your champion for the season, F&T Kevin, who I'm sure will be looking to bounce back after the disappointment of last week. We say disappointment, he still ended up in P2. And we got a Renault that's span in the middle sector. I hope that's not STB Maudi. It's not, he's still in the pits, so that's Cinefloat. As Brown just comes past him in the middle sector, he will be the first to set a lap time.
Muriel, I believe, is ahead.
I believe.
Muriel was the first one out of the pits.
Here he comes round your final corner. Opens the DRS flap, puts it tight on the left hand side, the shortest run to the lines. He comes across the line now. It's a 7.3.
It's a decent banker lap, but there's that time, so definitely in the fall.
Yep, I'm sure he'll be looking to improve on that for sure. It's definitely not as strong as he can go. As Maudi has disconnected. This was a race that he was looking forward to, had some good pacing, so hopefully he'll be able to rejoin as quickly as possible. Kevin's just coming up to the line now. Set his fastest, his first flying lap. Says he's on softs, but he is on a set of mediums.
Yeah, it's got a bit of traffic.
Across the line, still goes provisional pole. And it's a 7.2. Downboss as well slots into P3 on a set of mediums.
Yeah, he's doing his lap. He's going to do his slap with Davy. LTD Davy's going to set the beginning, yeah. 16.6 the first.
I think he's also on mediums. He is.
Yes, he is.
The tyre delta is not working. Looks good. Okay, he's coming through the new sector now. He's dropped his DRS down. Obviously needs to save a bit. It feels like he wants to save it throughout the lap. The middle sector is very low grip. Loren wants to step out quite often. He doesn't go around to the right on the front corner.
Crosses the line, but it's a valid exit, so he's going to lap.
But Juninho's lap didn't look like the best, especially out that final corner, but it does come up to the line to set a time. And it is 7.5, so 3 tenths off of his teammate as he takes to the escape road on the right hand side.
72 on mediums, that's a very good lap, that is, to mediums.
It is, yeah.
I don't know what the delta is between the softs and mediums, but it seems like it's going to be around.
I think it's about 6 tenths.
Yeah.
It's about 6 tenths supposedly, so.
In tracks it can be like over a second.
But it can be more, it can be less. We see CG Allen getting held up a little bit by Cineflow there.
Oh, Cineflow.
Cineflow really struggling
with
the car at the moment.
Very easy to do around this track, so it's quite bumpy. There's some exits.
I don't think we've got Maudi back in yet. Oh, his internet's completely gone down. So
that's brilliant.
This man has no luck. Looks like CG Allen's back up his lap, comes into the pits.
He's tried twice.
Everyone else is on the lap. Ofali's invalidated his lap.
And the
rest are on their in laps, I think.
Oh,
or out laps.
For this first runs.
And Cookham.
For the first ones, it was only 1, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Yep, all on mediums as well.
Yeah. Not TT Davy, isn't it?
I mean, most people haven't set any bank laps yet. I think Bram Nelson was looking reasonably strong for this one, as well as Tia Marcata in practice times.
Oh, what I say, not
I think Agonize would be one to look out for as well tonight.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
definitely showed a lot of improvement the last few weeks.
Yeah, last week he was quick. I think it was a bit of a struggle at the end. I think he had 3 5-second high caps, if you call it, quote unquote, because he turned 2 in Mexico, which is a bit strange, but I don't know. But his pace was decent last week, so let's see if we can carry that into this week.
Yeah, he was on. Well, he was looking like he was on for a possible victory alongside yourself and Kevin, but it didn't quite materialise that way. But still a strong showing from the Romanian as he comes up to the line now to set his first flying lap.
Carter's on the lap.
And he does set provisional pole. It's a 6.9. So times are slowly coming down as we see Kata on a lap coming through the final corner now.
There's an aspect on the entry. And open up Young Sao, was it Young Sao, the last corner?
Inchao, yeah. I know the Brazilians watching will definitely correct me on how I'm pronouncing that, but
Now this back in.
Tim Kata comes across the line just behind the SG Agonised.
Yeah.
With a 6.9, but I think he can go faster than that. Looks as if most people on in laps or out laps now. Davi had a bit of a twitch. There are 2 Davies, so I'm going to have to define which one. We are watching LDT Davi currently.
Yep. FXBR Davi
slide.
That.
Managed to catch the slide, but would have lost him a bit of time. He was lucky to keep it valid in the end.
Red Bull gets out of the way.
It's interesting that all the Brazilians have gone for a set of mediums and are not on a set of softs as of yet.
I think what they do is they've gone to set mediums. Or Kevin was 6.7.
Kevin's just set provisional pole.
I think
6.7.
I think what they do on the mediums, they go on the mediums, set bank lap, and then they have that tyre and it's still there in case they need to race, in case of safety car, if they can't make it soft to the end.
Well, I would assume that they would have gone for the soft tyre choice anyway, as it's
just in
not
case
really supposed to use the hards.
If the safety car comes out,
strategy.
and you have a good chance to put the mediums on, say, you've got a better chance to fresh start at the end. When those set mediums, you have extra steps, you have to set them. Especially if he starts.
Damos coming through Junchal now. He's one that is looking for top 3 finish this season. He is currently ahead of Junior by I believe 15 points. Comes across the line, and it is only just behind provisional pole sitter. 6.7.
Ooh. I'm trying to get that to me through.
Janino is also on a lap, and I think he's getting towed along the straight by Kevin. So good teamwork from the Ferrari boys.
Saw running that was sticking behind Dambos on his own the start lap.
He's getting a beautiful slipstream here as Kevin dives into the pits. See what Janino can do as he comes across the line. It's only a 6.9 with a tow, so I think he definitely had a bit of a mistake on that lap somewhere.
Yeah. So I saw Renan
to be quicker than that.
quickly into Dambos' slipstream when Dambos was finishing his lap, when Renan was starting his lap. So I mean, what's the difference because the finish line's 3/4 of the way down the straight, but it's going to help him a little bit.
Yeah, it looks as if all of the Brazilians are very strong in this one. They're very passionate about the home Grand Prix.
Right, it's only enough. 3 tenths up for the second sector on a set of soft. It's not what he's looking for. Full toss line.
7.8. No, 7.4 in the end. The timings were all over the place there for me. And Alfano crossed the line 7.6. So not blistering laps as of yet.
He started his lap and he's invalidated.
Yeah, he's invalidated already. And that's not good, he's only got 7 minutes left in this session.
It's very tempting to abuse those very wide curves and diameters, but can't be too aggressive on all the waste you build one wide.
Surprisingly, those 3 corners were the only corners that I enjoy on this track. So
Turn 1's hard to look at, it's hard to hit right, to be honest, because it's quite easy to lock up through there. And it's important to keep tight enough through turn 1 to get a good exit through turn 2 and turn 3. But it's important turn 1 is.
Well, Maddie's probably going to start another lap now. on the same tyre.
So does the
tyre
RS.
is not a big issue. So we'll watch him as he now comes to the first sector. Keeps it clean this time.
Okay, so I can manage on it.
Yeah, and he's coming through the final part of the lap now.
Because they are taking the shortest
very
route
tight on the left
possible,
side.
Yeah. Really pushing the limits.
Comes across the line, and he puts himself on provisional pole.
By 11,000. Good lap by this.
Yeah, very good lap. We'll see what Maudi's doing. Gone very wide in the middle sector.
It's
not looking like the cleanest lap from him. So I think Kevin's on another lap now. We'll watch him after we watch Maudi. I think it says Maudi's purple in the middle sector, but I don't think that is correct.
It's just like often. I think you got pressed for actually half second lap.
He's his lap though. He's run out of ERS, coming up to the line. That's not going to help him at all.
Yeah, that'd be great.
7.2 in the end. You can definitely go a lot faster than that.
Getting this D-rates the end of your lap. Sometimes it's just not. Sometimes it might be useful just to knock your ERS down to none. Somewhere in the sector.
He's just got pretty much one corner on the traction zone to go.
600
now keeps it tight on the left hand side. He should put himself on provisional pole here, just ahead of PSG Agonised. So up to the line the Brazilian comes. Can he put himself on provisional pole? He can. It's a 6.6. It's a whole tenth and a half faster.
Really, it's very close to getting up into the 0.5s. So, only be able to get into 0.5s.
So slightly up in the first sector. Not sure if anyone else is on a lap. Challenging towards the front at the moment. It's further ahead. We've got a spinner at the final corner.
I'm saying that. I think so. Down. So it's the best.
I'm keeping an eye on down boss at the moment. He's coming through the middle sector. He does have a strong middle sector. He can put himself at least on the front row. Got a slow moving McLaren ahead of him who moves. Renault, who moves out of the way. And he is down. Damos is now down through the middle sector. He's not had the cleanest of laps.
Will he
continue?
Lost the rear end. I've just gone to him. Just lost the rear end through that long left-hander in sector 2. Well, the slow one. Turn 8-9.
He's still up on his lap. Yep. Not by much though, so I don't think it's going to improve his position unless he does have a mighty final sector, which is difficult because it's only really one corner.
Taking a short line.
He continues his lap. He's across the line. And he improves by a tenth. Doesn't move him up any places. And I think if people aren't on a lap currently, Alfale's invalidated his. McLaren's lost a front wing there. That's TSR Danger Man. He's been in the wall somewhere.
What the hell I did that around here? It's also like a clear track where you can get race Barry at Ricky up from range. That was pressure somewhere.
It's like Crooken's on a lap. Oh no, he's just coming to start one on the same tyres, I think. Yeah. He's gone for his third lap on these soft tyres.
He's obviously done a lap. He's a pull-down lap and he's also gone for another lap. Well, maybe just go to the pits and just put another set of softs on.
He's obviously not too worried about the tyre there, but they're definitely going to be beyond the point in which you want to set your best quality.
That's still got the timing glitch, and actually our time is about 30 seconds ahead of theirs.
It is, but he still won't get into the pits by the time.
If he backs out on this lap, he'd probably go into the lap. If he backs out this lap. That's smart. Everyone's doing that out laps.
Moves up away from him. It looks like Crooken and Davi, FXVR Davi, are the only ones on laps. Davi is coming up to the line.
FXVR Davi is going to start this lap.
Yeah. So, see what Crooken does. Will he come into the pits? Or will he even have time to put a new set of tyres on? He does continue his lap, so this should be his final run. Comes up to the line now. It's a 7.4, only moves into P12.
Yeah.
CJ Allen looks like he's the first one to start his lap, followed by Bram Nelson just behind. they'll go on to their final runs now.
I just realised I don't know if it's just the spectator cam, but there's no braking markers for turn 4 for 50 and 100.
Oh, and Alan's hit the wall. Sorry, we've missed that. I think I did catch it on stream, but I was
bad damage.
looking down at the
that's
moment.
more damage than an end plate. He's had some contact on him.
And he's going to have Bram Nelson, who's on the flying lap, coming up behind him. Crooken as well, who's on his in lap. Goes rallying.
Going through the
out of the way.
10th down. Last him, coming to the pits, and then putting fresh air sauce on the same point finishing off after the 10th down.
Well, he hasn't got time to. I'm pretty sure he won't get out. Bram Nelson's now coming,
he's coming
through the middle sector. He's only just slightly up, so Bram hasn't had the cleanest laps, but he is getting a massive tow from his teammate. Down the straight, this will help him massively. Can he put himself possibly on the third row? It's a beautiful slipstream he's getting from his teammate. He's now going to come across the line. Is a 6.9. He does put himself 1,000th ahead of Tommy Real.
He only improved by 16,000, so that's literally definitely a point ahead of Real there.
Yeah.
100%.
And Agonized, VSC and Agonized has gone on provisional pole. Matt.
Yeah.
It's a great lap from him. Can Kevin respond? Kevin's 2 tenths up through the middle sector.
Oh, he is.
And this is looking like a brilliant lap from the Brazilian.
You get into the point 4.
Now he comes down the straight. He's not got a tow from anybody ahead of him. But it looks like he's got enough time in hands. He comes across the line. It is a 6.3. Good enough for provisional pole. Can anybody challenge him? It looks like Danvos has backed off. Tiamar Kata is on a lap. And I think his teammate Janino has just started a lap. And I think Kevin might be giving him a slipstream as well. He's just ahead of him on track. Kata using plenty of track on the left-hand side. He is slightly down in his time though. So he's going to need a great final sector if he wants to get himself ahead of Dan Boss.
Wish you would have the
has set his final lap.
In this case.
It comes up to the line and he doesn't improve in the end of 10th down. Janino isn't going to get a slipstream.
If you don't take sector,
end up behind him.
If you don't take sector, anytime you gain time in your first sector if you messed up the last corner.
Janino's 2 tenths up. Janino is 2 tenths up. This could be a Ferrari 1-2 and also a Brazilian 1-2 on the grid. It's going to be very, very tight between him and Agonized. Agonized has set his final lap. The checker flag is now out. It's Janino coming across the line. What lap time is he going to set? It isn't good enough for the front row.
He's 1.5 tenths up.
P3.
Needed 2.5 tenths to get third to P2. So.
Yeah, and that is
that's
it. Done.
Yeah, Agonized having Kevin did the laps before the Costa finish, before the line went out. But yeah, Kevin, 2 tenths ahead of Agonized pole position, which is another 10th that you need.
Yeah, very strong performance, but just like we saw yesterday, it is a Brazilian pretty dominantly on pole position.
Yeah.
And in the end, Renan quite far down in the end. Davi as well at his home Grand Prix. Both Davi's LDT puts himself in the top 10. Maudi couldn't get a lap in the end, so he's going to be very disappointed with that. Yeah, pretty usual grid overall.
Yeah.
No standout performers, I would say, apart from Agonized, who we said have been improving week on week.
Very different stages and Mercedes missing.
There is. I wonder who that is. Well, by the looks of how you were struggling, similar to me, I don't think you would have wanted to be in this session anyway. But it is Alpha Kevin at his home Grand Prix who takes pole position. Agonized splitting the Brazilians from getting a 1, 2, 3. He starts P2. Janino starts P3. Danbos in P4. 2 racing points line up on the third row with Kata ahead of his teammate. Tommy Real starts in P7. Tiamar Fale starts P8. CJ Allen P9. LDT Davi on his home Grand Prix will start P10. Cineflow just outside the top 10 will get free choice of tyres in P11. Dangerman P12, SV Mali in P13, FXBR Renan in P14, Crooken P15, and Davi will start at the back in P16.
Yeah, 7.9 Davi, FXBR Davi obviously never got a lap in. That was clean enough to get
the midfield scrap was pretty pretty close in the end, from 8th to, well,
Fourth.
8th down to 14th. It was only a tenth and a half or so. But obviously with the short nature of the track, it does bring the gaps closer.
Talking about short, it's quite a short run into turn 1 here, but it is uphill for especially the front part of the grid. So that's going to make it a bit more interesting with the uphill
And
start.
it is overcast.
Ooh.
It's very, very dark here in Brazil. There's no rain as of yet. But I don't think we've had a dry Brazilian Grand Prix in STB since I can't remember, probably season 13.
I don't know. I wouldn't race last season in Brazil. I don't know if it rained that
I think last season was wet in Brazil, if I am correct.
They definitely started dry, because I remember there was a crash on the first lap, on the first sector. I was in that crash, and that was dry.
I think that was season 15.
Possibly. Might be interesting, yeah.
Because that was a crash between, I believe, Bullseye, Eke, Fusion.
Me.
There's a lot of drivers involved in that one.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to not see a repeat of that tonight.
It'd be interesting to see what people's strategies are going on. I don't know if it's a soft hard or a soft medium.
It depends if the rain's coming.
It
is a soft medium strategy. But
if it does rain
those
soon,
that start outside the top 10, if there's rain expected, they'll probably go on a set of mediums and then switch to softs if
it's very early,
stay dry.
then they will start on the softs. So,
well, it is looking dark, but
good on those races where it's just cloudy already.
And it's whether the rain's going to actually come or not.
There's only 3 people on the set of mediums. Renan and Crocken and Daffy. So if maybe it's rain coming then.
Well,
possibly.
Maybe there is rain coming early, because if you're starting outside the top 10, it is pretty much a given that you start on the mediums.
Pretty much everyone starts on the harder compound. So half of the people outside the top 10 start on the softs.
I think we're expecting rain early on then. With obviously heavy cloud and that strategy choice, but interesting that some people have gone on mediums and some haven't. It's a 50-50 split. So maybe it is in that transition phase, maybe between softs and mediums, so they're not sure whether they're going to get all the way.
Normally when you look at when you're choosing tyres and you look at the weather that's up, normally it does you think it's going to happen roughly that third way round the race. Normally it always happens a bit earlier, generally. So, got it down to count.
France last season, I think, was a lot different.
Yeah.
The rain was supposed to come about halfway through, and in the end we only had 3 laps of it in the end.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a jackpot, really. Kevin getting his way through the field. We've got a very slow-moving Haas driver.
Yeah.
Seems to stop in that middle sector. I'm trying to get a bit of temperature in his tyres now. But yeah, Kevin's going to be sitting on the grid for quite a while. Alan's slowing right
Good
down.
thing is the tyre temperatures actually drop when you're sitting on the grid. So when you're sitting at peace, tyres don't drop. But then as soon as it's formation up effectively stops and the race start begins, then the tyres do start to drop there. But now everyone's tyres are staying the same temperature. I found this out.
Oh, they're all coming up onto the grid now. It's not going to be Davy, it's going to be Crocken that's last on the grid. Lights ahead of the drivers are not the actual lights, as I say every single week.
Yep.
So here we go, lights ahead of drivers, and it is lights out, and away we go. It looks like Agonised has had a great start, but Kevin as well with a brilliant getaway. And they're dueling for position going into turn 1. Alfa Janino battling with Danbos as well. Bit of contact, I think, between the Haas and the Ferrari out in front. Reel's trying to make his way past Brown Wilson. He's had a brilliant start. And can Agonise now get his way up past Kevin? He looks a little bit too far back. They're scrapping down at the back. The racing points very, very close together. And Cineflow's had a pretty strong start as well, as the guys out in front follow the way through. Looks like they all have got through turns 1, 2, 3 and 4 intact. And it looks as if Crooken's lost a bit of time though. He might have had a bit of contact somewhere. And we've got LTD Davy wide. And that could be a bit of contact with Renan. And we're very close. I think they avoided contact. That gives Maudi the chance to go up the inside. And are now battling through this middle sector. Renan does not want to give this place up at its own Grand Prix, putting on a bit of a show for the fans. But Maudi in the end gets his way through. He's got another Brazilian ahead of him now who seems to be struggling in these early stages. And Cineflow on those soft tyres is looking to overtake Dangerman, who's had a brilliant start off the grid. Yeah. Oh, and he spun! He's on the grass, and he's completely spun now, and that's him out. Nice. He's out of the Brazilian Grand Prix already. It's very bumpy out on that grass. You do not want to be out there. Seem to drop the rear, and it looks like Maudi's on the back of Davi now. Wants to make the move. Davi moves late to the left. And Dangerman's out of the Grand Prix. Is Maudi going to go the long way around turn 1? He is. And we have a safety car. So who was ahead of who? And the bit contact still. Oh! Davi's running to the back of him. Obviously not happy with the way Maudi treated him, but it looked alright.
Yeah,
fair move.
Not that happy.
It looks as if Maudi was given that place on the safety car, but he didn't look ahead on my screen.
Depends what happened.
But obviously, Dangerman has crashed the car somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like Jun Shao just after.
On that lap point instinct. So
lucky for him, the safety car is out.
I did see him go wide at turn 2, and then he was 3 wide between, I think, Ren and somebody else, I'm not sure. And there was some contact earlier. I think there was some contact. He went wide and came back on track. The way he came back on, it was 3 wide. So I don't know if there's any contact there, but obviously there was contact earlier, which caused him to go, caused him 3 wides for turn 2. So he's obviously got damage there. And he's got to the mediums, so there was rain coming. Soon enough, you've got the stops, but that tells me maybe it won't rain.
We've got Maudi and not Maudi, sorry, Cineflow and Kata with the bits. So let's watch them and see what tyres they go on. It looks like mediums for the pair of them. It is.
Oh, it's going very slowly. It's almost down to like 40 miles an hour through the last corner.
But if the rain wasn't coming, then why are these guys going on mediums?
Yeah.
Do they feel that mediums to softs is stronger for them from here? I guess all the drivers ahead of them do have to box still, but we saw yesterday, I think going on to the hards early on was better than mediums to soft. It does look like it's brightening up. I think the sun's about to come back out.
Yeah, obviously
so
it looks like we're going to get any rain now.
We're not expecting rain at all.
Drivers would be happy about that. Some drivers maybe not too bothered. Some might actually prefer that.
I'd be over the moon if there was no rain coming.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of the rain personally, but
no, Maudi doesn't like the rain, so he's only P8 right now, so Maudi's not exactly in a bad position, so he has to do this. And then he said a few
well, let's see who we got safety car in this lap already. It didn't even do one full lap. I was going to say who are the big winners. It's FXBL Davi and SG Maudi with great starts. Kevin's going to leave it late. The safety car's only just peeling in. As we said, very, very late decision for it to come in.
I think
done one flying lap.
The sector 3 starts before the last, it's just before the last corner, so obviously it's going to call it around then, aren't it?
Yep, and Kevin's leaving it late, and he has gone, and he looks as if he's got a decent restart, but Agonize is going to get a great slipstream. He went relatively early, considering he had a lot more space. We got pretty much a 4-way battle going into turn 1. There's battles going down the field as well as Maudi's up the inside of CJ Allen. We got a spinner. That's a big crash from Crooken, and it's involved a few drivers. Timon Kata's been involved in that. I think it was those two that had a bit of contact, as CJ Allen and Maudi are still battling down that straight. Now Maudi gets moved up the inside. There's going to be a contact between the two of them, and they're still side by side. Maudi squeezes him out at turn 4, but it's a good move from the Renault driver, making up positions early on.
If you're going to make your move takes, do them now while you can. Before the duo takes, before you get that duo slipstream, it's all starting moving forward.
And they're still in this pack as well, which I think is important. I think Kata and Crooken were the ones that came together. I'm not sure what happened, didn't really catch it, but Red Bull had a big dramatic off, and the Racing Point as well was sideways in turn 1.
Doesn't look like anyone's got any damage.
Who's looking to make a move at this stage?
Check it if
like any of them are.
Damage.
Maudi's used a lot of his ERS. You see his rear lights flashing. Reel's had a really good start as well. He managed to make his way past both Racing Points. He's into P5. Bram Nelson is dropping off the back of Tommy Reel a little bit, but he's still close enough when DRS is activated. But Tommy Reel is looking very racy at the moment on the back of Dan Boss. And FXVR Davi's had a spin. Off-Ale and Davi having a battle at the top of the hill. And Off-Ale with a good move up the inside in the end. Davi has to give that place in. Davi on the set soft should be quicker than Off-Ale at the moment.
But will those softs don't qualify? Bit of a one,
yeah, but there should still be a reasonable nick. But Off-Ale looking to make some moves. Now Juninho falling off the back of Agonized here. So he's obviously struggling a bit. Agonized sets the fastest lap, looking very quick at the moment, and looking to challenge Kevin as well, which is what we want to see.
DRS is enabled. See if this does anything.
Yeah, Kevin trying to shake the slipstream off as Cineflow has made a move on Davi. Davi's had a spin.
Yeah.
ODT Davi round at turn 1.
Damage. Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Still make contact with someone. Unless he's just dropped it on the curb and then hit the wall.
Yeah, 1.2 seconds off Agonized already, so not something you would be hoping for.
If these guys, these two up front play it smart, then
DRS is going to be important. So you have to get that quickly, because if he doesn't get the DRS, Dan Boss is going to be all over him.
He's got a lot of VRS saved up as well, because Agonized has used around about 20% more to make sure he keeps with Kevin. He's still got loads himself. So Juninho's got a big train falling behind him down to P9. He will be under pressure from Dan Boss, so he's going to want to be making some progress through the field.
That's pretty much everyone else from pretty much third place to P9. They're all using DRS each other, so it's going to be difficult to find people that are overtaking around that area. Run through that next turn when in the DRS train you can't overtake. As soon as you just two cars, one car switching the other one, it's just easy to do. So it's going to be this thing here.
Juninho is falling back. Dropped about 4 tenths on that last lap, so he's 2 out in front. And he's really going to be under pressure now with that train forming. And Davi, FXBR Davi is off this time at turn 5.
Yeah, I'll do some devils on the set hard, so it's good for me. But this last might be already over.
So he's going to need a safety car, I think. Kevin looking, I think, to open the gap.
Dan Boss
is
more closer. Juninho's got that bit of overtake.
Is he going to throw it down the inside? He's a little bit too far back on this occasion. So just files in behind. Agonized looking close to Kevin as well, coming through turn 3.
Yeah, right, it's like Red Bull.
Close enough.
Davi's got damage now. FXBR Davi's got damage.
Yeah, the spin at turn 4.
Davi's not exactly having a good home race, are they?
Not at the moment.
First one
early doors, but
let's see now who's the most cleanest on their penalties. These first jobs.
This has also picked up the penalty earlier on, and FXBR Debbie is out of the race.
Yeah.
In pit lane. Oh, and Tommy Reel's had a spin. Tommy Reel's span at Jun Chao. Final corner. And that's ruined his afternoon. He was looking very quick on the back of Dan Boss. As Dan Boss has made his way up the inside of Juninho. And they're now side by side through turn 2. Dan Boss trying to make his move on Juninho. He's pushing him through turn 3. He's surely going to make the move now. Juninho's using his ERS to keep him behind. Dan Boss has used a lot of his ERS. He needs to make this move now to make it stick. But he can't do around the outside. Juninho outbreaks him. And Dan Boss is going to have to wait until the next lap probably to make this move.
I think it's still the one through the second sector.
It's going to be
difficult, yeah.
Risky to say the least. And even these two battling, Bram Nilsson's lost a load of time through Tommy Real spinning. And these guys still losing time to the two out in front.
Mandy's looking pretty tired right now. He's keeping that. He's with this train right now.
Yep, and no penalties yet. So.
I've been loving this. Oh, say that. Mandy's wide. That might have been advanced. I'm not sure that might be.
And he's out of DRS range. Don't think he's going to get it this lap.
No, he's good.
Tight.
Good.
Damos has used a lot of DRS, but he's not using any on this occasion. He's still getting a good slipstream from Janino ahead. Looks like Maudi's lost a position to Renan. He has. Renan's got past the Renault driver, who was under pressure.
Maudi needs to be a bit more pushed on the DRS. And he just lose at the end out
He's really close to Kevin. He's pretty much pushing him through turn 4. This battle out in front is still alive.
Both of them got a lot of DRS to use, so they've both been using less DRS and faster than the rest of the grid. Collecting air. Collected.
So I think Renan overtaking Maudi could be an issue for him in this race, as Renan's not in DRS now, Alan.
Yeah, that's good at trying to do.
Agonised. Doesn't seem to be close enough to Kevin. He's using a load of VRS though, and he's getting a great slipstream down into turn 1. And he could be setting himself up for a move into turn 4. And Dalmos is also trying to make a move on Janino again on this lap, up the inside. They're going to be in the exact same position we saw the last lap. Dalmos has to give the position back up. And now he's going to have a great slipstream coming into turn 4, but he's used all of his ERS, and he's not going to be able to get the move done on Janino here, unless he throws one down the inside last minute, which he doesn't do. And I think there was a bit of contact between the two of them.
Yeah, I was looking at Kevin
Dalmos now is that as soon as he gets past Janino, he's got no ERS to defend, so he needs to start saving some up.
While you're looking at that, I was looking at Agonize, and even when Kevin wasn't using any of his overtake, still had plenty of room left to go through turn 4 without making any defense.
Yeah, he seems to get a good exit out of.
Yeah, so we took a very wide
corner.
entry into turn 2. That exit out of turn 2 and turn 3 is crucial to stay ahead.
And this train is now starting to form back together as Renan has got DRS again.
Agonize is getting very close.
Going to go for a move. It's very close. And Janino's into the pits early. Very early. So he'll be going on the set of hards.
Yeah, I want to think.
As well as CJ Allen. Agonized a little bit too far back again. But now Bram Nilsson is harrowing Dambos for P3. So Janino want to set mediums. I don't think he can get them to the
end.
end.
You've got Allen on the hards, so I don't know.
Oh, Agonized with a big slide. And that was a big moment for the Hush driver.
Very
important. A little bit of time to give him, not massively.
It's important to have a really good front end around the track because, yeah, you can see missing the apex. If you didn't have that front end, you're going to lose a lot of time. If you're missing this apex, it's just doing a delaying the traction, which is going to hurt you a lot of times.
So yeah, I don't think Janino's going to the end on those mediums. No way is he going to make it.
Yeah, but just do the extra stop is going to catch up with that traffic.
I think he's going to try and go to the end, but it's going to be
he's going to have to look out. He's going to look at those tires. He's going to get an undercut, but he's going to have to look after him.
On this occasion, is he going to go for a move? He is using his ERS here.
And you got so much of it.
A lot more than Kevin.
Kevin is not even using this.
No, he's pushing him through turn 4. Look how close he gets there.
Even the Agonize was using DRS and overtake. Kevin wasn't using anything. Agonize still struggling to keep up, so I don't know if Kevin's using low downforce or not, I don't know. But Kevin seems to be having no trouble keeping the Agonize ahead so far. You think after 10 laps of racing, you think Agonize surely have a chance to go inside or side by side them, but not once yet.
He's looking closer through the middle sector on this occasion. So if he gets a good exit out the final corner, I think he's got a good chance. A bit of a twitch on the apex there, and on the exit for good measure, but he is looking a lot closer on this occasion. As he's deep in the slipstream now. He's gaining on the Ferrari driver the whole time, and this is his chance now to go up the inside for the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And he does get the move down on Kevin. Kevin has to give up that position. Will he fight back though? Coming through turn 3.
As well.
He is. He's using overtake now in the slipstream. He's going to open his DRS flap. These two now battling for the lead. Agonised defends the inside, gives him the room on the outside. Will Kevin go all the way around the outside of turn 4? He cannot do it. Yeah. And Agonised has gone deep. Oh, he's gone deep on the brakes.
Oh, he's going to step on the side.
It's so close to contact. And now Kevin on the outside of turn 6. Can he get the move? Surely not. Agonised squeezes him out. He hasn't got the grip on the marbles. And Agonised keeps the lead of this race. And Kevin used a lot of ERS to try and get ahead there, but Agonised as well used even more.
Yeah.
And Kevin's got about 20% more at the moment.
So Kevin through turn 5, which is the left-hander after left-hander after the DRS, he hit the inside curve. Inside curve at turn 5. It's not nice.
And he did make a bit of contact with the Haas driver.
Kevin's got deep
instant. And so's Agonised. They've both got no ERS coming down the straight as Kevin's going to flick to the right hand side, around the outside. He can't do it on this occasion. Going to try and get a good exit out of turn 2 now. As Agonised with a big slide, that's going to put him off. Can Kevin now get the move? Agonised is now derating down the straight. It looks as if Kevin will have the speed around the outside. Even he's using all of his ERS. Yep. Around the outside he goes, and he does make the move. These two with pretty much no ERS between them. But Kevin takes the lead back again. They should be boxing this lap as Tommy Real sets the fastest lap of the race on a fresh set of softs. Not sure why he came in for a new set of softs. He was already on a set. Oh, and Davi's out. Yeah. Davi's out at the final corner. Is this going to bring out another safety car? It's a virtual safety car. I think we'll be green by the time these guys come on to pit. So I don't think they'll get an advantage.
That's quite a lot of state to go along.
But we'll ride on board, we'll see the Haas driver on the right side there. It's quite a long way out. But I assume they are going to pit either way.
It's a bit of a thing that is.
So Kevin into the pits, Agnes follows him. Watch boss. Oh, Kevin's got a penalty! Oh no!
Straight to the back of Kevin into the pit lane.
Oh no! So Agonised
and Davos got a penalty as well. Yeah, Agonised put straight into the back of Kevin into the pit.
And they're not changing it. They're not changing it.
That's Agonised. That's this race over now.
Yeah, I mean that penalty should be removed for Kevin, as if he was pushed into the pit lane.
I don't know if Kevin was going. I don't know if Kevin was going too slow. Agonised going too quick.
I didn't catch it on stream. Agonised left.
Got a little bit.
He's had enough.
Yeah. I think Agonised did look like he was going. He did look going like he was going very quick into the pit lane.
So it looks as if Agonised has made a mistake and has run into Kevin. We don't know 100%. I mean, obviously Kevin wouldn't brake check him on purpose, but if he was going unnecessarily slow in the pit lane. But we are back to green, and the field is very mixed up. Maudi went on a set of hards for some reason.
Interesting.
So
Brown's on a set of mediums.
Yeah. So who's in the best shape at the moment? It is still Kevin, and I think even with that penalty, he should be pretty clear.
We have a bit of a gap already.
Realistically, his biggest rival, Stanbos, is Janino, should be coming in for another pit stop. Or he's going to die off at the end at least. But Damos is now back behind Janino. So Janino didn't get that big of an undercut in the end. But that is a shame.
Yeah.
For Agonised. Would have been a good battle for the lead.
Must have, from what I saw, it looked like he missed the break. He went straight into the back of Kevin. So why you went that quick? I understand why you try to get as close as you can. Under the virtual, you don't want to push the luck too much.
It's only going to be a couple of attempts at gains on pit entry. It's big risk, not a very high reward. So.
Field spread out a little bit now, but it's still got a couple back on there. Ben Boss is
currently on the back with Cineflow.
Ben Boss back of Linear is on 4 lap fresh meters.
Yep,
Using
and he is looking very close. Maybe a little bit too far back on this occasion. It's the same
as
that we saw
usual,
in that first
has
stint,
80% ERS.
looking into the pits. Wonder what tyres he will go on, as he can't go on another set of mediums, he's on a set of hards.
Ben Boss will go through this lap, or is he going to hang behind? Is he going for it?
He's using his ERS in the slipstream now. Is he going to go up the inside at turn 4? He's going to try it. And they're going to be side by side, and there's going to be... Oh, surely! And he's ghosted. And I think there would have been... Surely Damos would have been round there.
Screen. I was on board, and I wasn't really if there was a contact there.
Oh, maybe that was just on my screen, but... Yeah, Janino squeezed him. Damos didn't quite commit himself to the move. So... he has to stay behind him again. But Janino is now 6 seconds behind Kevin. If he just keeps backing up Damos, I think there's really no challenge for him in this race.
Kevin 1.5 seconds behind Farley, so he's catch up to these guys that are on the foot strategy.
Oh, and Damos has used this almighty amount of ERS down that straight, and he's surely going to get Janino up the inside now. And yeah, he does, switches to the right hand side and outbreaks the Ferrari driver, gets the move done. But
they're going to try and call it
a lot of ERS.
Yeah. He's got 30%, so
he's
got 30% to defend, but looks like...
Yeah, but Janino's got 80%. So, big difference between the two.
Yeah. As long as you can still use it, flying down the straight, you could obviously keep it. When you get to up to like 10%, that's when it's going to start hurting. Yeah, Kevin's... Farley... Close to the fair enough. But we've got Kevin running down on it.
Maori going on those hards has ruined his race, really.
Yeah, Ryan Nilsson's behind Maori most days. In fact, he's 4.6 seconds ahead. Tells you that his cars are not nice.
Yeah, and Bram easily going to get to the end on those mediums.
And going to the pits. No, staying his mouth.
Kevin's now on the back of these guys.
They expect me to be in this pit in the next couple laps. Some of these, I think, clearly these Cassius and Farley, they've pitted the first 2 laps of the race, so they might be able to Renan, I'll expect to pit. Expect him to pit in the next couple of laps.
Damos showing his pace as he's pulling away from Janino at the moment.
Yeah,
not enough
gets
to
behind this train
out
now.
of his DRS.
All train. Sam Nilsson
Got
gets
a
a
long way
penalty.
to go.
Kevin's come right behind the Farley and solidifying now.
Yeah, and these guys are battling quite hard for position, as they will be fighting after the pit stops. Possibly for a podium at this stage, we don't know.
Depends how quick they can be on their stop tyres at the end.
Yep, and Ofale now under pressure. He had a bit of a mistake through that final corner. And that's going to give Kevin a chance to get in the slipstream. He's got loads of ERS to burn, which he is going to do. And these guys are all coming into the pits. Apart from Ofale, he changed his mod late on. And here comes Kevin down the inside to take the provisional lead of this race.
I think Ofale was trying to get slipstream off Kata, I think.
It looked like he switched last minute, his decision to...
You're trying to get slipstream, and I think he got trying to get slipstream, and then obviously realised that he was going to the pits. Obviously went to pull out to get back on the racing back on the track. He's already passed the... And technically, he went off the track.
Cineflow's gone on a set of hards. I think that's a mistake.
Must be a mistake.
I don't think he's meant to go on those.
No, I don't think so.
As you can see, Kata's gone on a set of softs, which they will easily go to the end. So
maybe Cineflow used all his soft stuff to shred them or something. I don't know.
You can still use a set of softs at the end easily. Might be a bit rough at the end, but you would get them there. So I think he's just selected the wrong strategy, maybe, or wrong tyre. And coming to the pits, but Kata will be one to look out for at this stage. And a set of softs as Kevin sets fastest lap of the race. Kata now on the back of STB Maudi, who should be easy pickings for him on those fresh softs.
Yeah, if I was Maudi, they wouldn't even bother fighting. But Maudi seems to be using his intake. He is.
Yep, but easy move for Kata in the end. Gets the move done the inside. And Maudi's just going to try and stick with him. Next up is his teammate. So Kata could be on a bit of a charge here. Still got Ofale and Renan to pit. He should get past Bram Nilsson and CJ Allen pretty easily. So provisionally, Kata's battling for a what?
Yeah.
5.
Oh!
And we've got a spinner. Oh, it's contact.
I was spectating Lamborghini and he got hit by Tomarillo. And Tomarillo was going around.
I think Janino, I thought I saw his front wing come off there, but it was Tommy Reels. Janino's got away with damage.
I was on board Junior and got hit from behind. And I think Tomarillo was
Renan span. Renan span at the final corner. He's got puncture. Front right puncture. So he stayed out too long on those mediums. And he's now in the pits. And Ofale is still out on these tyres.
And he's speeding the pit lane as well.
Ofale is still out on these tyres.
Just say he's taking his tyres a really long way. At least gives an indication how long those meters can last.
Well, Renan did do one extra lap than Ofale, but
yeah, so instead of Ofale,
you would have thought Ofale would have pit by now.
Yeah.
Oh, and someone's wide in the background. That's Maudi on the curb. And he's now got his teammate for company, battling for what will be P8.
They've just come out right ahead of Crooken. But Crooken's on full lap all hard, so I don't know if it's going to make any sort of threat.
Kata not made massive gains on his teammate on this lap. But he's slowly drawing him in.
It has space to start a bit now.
There's only really the battle for
And
Renaults.
then Crooken and Renan, but Crooken's on the all hard, so it doesn't look necessarily like that one. So the only place battle we've got
it's a shame for Maudi because on the mediums, I think he would have been with Brown Nilsson battling for P5.
Yeah. He was ahead of Bram
Just
Nilsson.
a wrong strategy calling in.
In fact, he's only, 5 seconds behind it? 4 seconds, 4 seconds. That was those hard, not the quick time, it was. Alan's doing a pretty good job on him.
Just doing a inter-team battle with his teammate, I think, for the rest of this race. Renan will catch these guys by the end, I think. So it will be a battle for the last points positions.
But Kevin's not now got what, 6.7 seconds lead over the Dan boss now. And with that 5 seconds time penalty, it's still going to be ahead because Dan boss has got time penalty. Well, Dan boss has got another 5 second time penalty.
He's far enough in front of Dan boss anyway. Because Ofale does finally come into the pits, and Kata's now on the back of his teammate, who shouldn't fire him as he comes down the inside.
Yaris is what you can use.
Yep, gets the move done, and he's now up into P5. Where will Ofale come out? He will come up behind the Renaults. Or with the Renaults. Yeah, just behind them. You see the Renaults coming through turn 3 now.
Should be
just
on
behind
this bus.
Cinefloat.
But I would presume Sinclair would be ahead of Marty before I can get there.
Well,
I'm no stretch of
he's not got that DRS to defend, so he's going to
got
struggle to
more worn
keep him
tyres as well. So confused what I said if they were wearing the halves. Ooh, saying that didn't hit Melbourne.
So at the moment, Kata looking like the favourite to take P4. And I'm not sure. Yeah, he won't get down boss, even with the penalty he has.
I think Boss, well, I think you might have a slim chance to get Boss or something. Depends how quick he catches on those spots.
Oh, Kata's got a 3-second penalty, so he's going to have to gain about... Well, it's only 4 seconds, but we know that
Barlow's got a
Damos'
penalty.
pace is very strong.
There's Siniflo still trying to find a way past Melby.
Yeah, he's using all of his ERS here. Melby goes defensive. And Siniflo's going to go around the outside of turn 4. There's no grip on the outside there, though. And that's going to give Fale a great view of this battle.
I was expecting Siniflo to be right up behind you guys, but
He didn't gain much across that, but...
They've got through the double round. That's harder.
Yeah, and Siniflo's made a mistake. Fale's used a lot of his ERS already. He's only just come out the pits.
Being like softs, you would think you could use that overbid when you're going to use it overbid when you actually need to hit a move. You think you would have more than enough pace to keep up with it.
So what did Damos get his 5-second penalty for?
I think it could have been the pit lane, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Oh, that's Casper. That's
Casper
past
like
Allen.
CG Allen.
Right
He should be able to get his move done into turn 4 now. And Allen's not going defensive. He knows that Kata's got a lot more pace on those soft tyres, but he's going to get the switch back here, and Kata's made a mistake on the inside. Seemed to outbrake himself a little bit, and that puts Allen back ahead of the Italian. And that's going to halt his charge for a possible podium.
Brandon Nelson's keeping up with Kata. Game within the ice now, so Ben Nelson's going to look in there.
He's going to be looking to get past Allen
as well. And be honest, or worn hard fires. I don't know if it's a P4 right now.
Yeah, he's going to struggle to stay there though. I think he's still on for an easy P6.
Alan's going to get DRS off him at no AI.
He will. That's going to hurt Timo Kata's chance of overtaking on this lap in particular.
AI go through pits. Just why
he's going to stay way ahead of Kata on this lap. That DRS. And Fale's now looking to make a move on Siniflo. When he do it into turn 1, he's got no ERS. He's used all of it down the straight. Trying to go in the outside of turn 1, and they're side by side. What a move from the McLaren! Forces his way through, and here comes Renan on the softs as well. That was a fantastic move from the McLaren driver. And he's now got no ERS down the straight. And here comes Renan, and Renan gets a move done on Siniflo as well. He's optimistic, and Siniflo was respectful, gave him the room.
I'd say he's not really making any moves, but
yeah, no,
that kept that sentence in my head.
The only issue with Fale is he seems to struggle with his ERS management. Yeah. He's always got the pace, but
maybe struggling with that ERS changing tyres. You know how I have that. I struggle with especially being on the alternate strategy. I find it difficult to go on soft tyres. Struggling to get all the pace out of it.
Here comes Kata down the straight. As he sets pole for final sector, he goes down the inside of CG Allen, and this time it is an easy move for the Racing Point. As Renan has disconnected, and he was in a decent position, so that's a shame for him.
Send the flows, worked his way back through Renan.
Yeah, Fale's now trying to make a move on SU Maldi. They're both derating down the straight. They've got nothing left. And is Fale going to go in this? He's not. Maldi goes defensive, trying to hold this position out, but I think it is a lost cause. Fale is on extremely fresh softs. Maldi on those hard, old hards.
Maldi a little bit. You know, Maldi is struggling to keep his.
Although Fale has got a penalty, and Maldi is clean at the moment. It's only him, I guess Kevin and Janino, who haven't got a penalty, and Siniflo as well.
Very damn boss, isn't it?
Well, we don't know about his penalty. I think it was just a speeding in the pit lane, whereas Kevin's was a push into the pit lane by the looks of it.
Just trying to get straight past Maldi.
But he's just used all of his ERS already. And Maldi's used all of his as well. Is Fale going to make the same move he did on Maldi's teammate? No, Maldi outbreaks him. Good defensive from the Renault driver. Who's going to get the better exit is going to be Fale on those soft tyres. Maldi goes defensive again. And Fale's already used all of his ERS. It's going to not help him at all. But can he get the move? All there on the outside of turn 4. He is going to try and outrate the Renault. And Maudi's going to give him the squeeze clean off the track. And I think I would say he's within his right to do that. Maudi had the corner. It was very, very rude. And Ofale's picked up another penalty as well.
Yeah,
and I think he's frustrated now with that defence from Maudi. But I personally think that defensive move was alright from Maudi. Just gave him a squeeze. Ofale only had his front wing and maybe his wheel alongside. And this is helping Sinaflow as well keep up with these guys. Bram Wilson dropped off the back of CJ Allen in the end.
It's hard to be to keep yourself playing, stay consistent. As soon as you start to get irritated, it's hard to keep the level-headed, and you start making mistakes, and it makes it even worse when you make more mistakes.
He's attacking him again. But Maudi's got more ERS at the moment, not much. He does have more than Ofale, and he does stay header in the end. He goes semi-defensive. But he does go on the grass on the inside. That's a bit of a mistake. Ofale now back around the outside. Oh! Maudi cuts him off completely.
I wonder how long it's going to be taking for before he sticks one to the inside.
I think that's just what he needs to do. When he sees his opportunity, just send one down the inside.
I'll say for a couple of laps,
he's going to be stuck behind him.
Not use any overtake. And then that on one of the laps.
But that's what I'm saying. He seems to struggle with that management a bit more than other drivers.
Didn't seem to be able to overtake Brandon Nelson.
Deltas have disappeared on my screen.
Yeah, they have.
Tommy Real with a 10-second time penalty. What has he cut?
He's going through the second sector.
Has he gone wide at the long left? I think he has, and it's given him a 10-second penalty. But here comes Ofale again, this time around the outside of turn 1. But Maudi again outbreaks him. He would have left him on the outside, but Ofale backed out in the end. And he's still got no ERS. Maudi's going to have enough to defend if he needs to. And slipstream and DRS. Maudi's going to have to go defensive here. And Ofale's going to send one around the outside.
He knows exactly what he's going to get if he's going to go around the outside there.
He's got better of it on that lap. We've got a spinner, and that's Sinaflow behind them. And he's hit the wall.
In the wall.
He's avoided damage.
Yeah.
But that's his afternoon done, I think. Unless he's got no penalties, so he can still pick up a point, possibly.
Brendan's back in. The Shireen makes just a re-overtaking quickly. Well, I'll just got about 2% more ERS than Ofale, but Ofale's not using that bit of ash turf for the exit on the entry side.
They've got pretty much the same ERS now from the other straight. And Ofale's not using any at the moment. So he's obviously trying to save a little bit.
This is the way you stay, just save a little bit, and he's going to be more effective.
Well, the thing is that his tyres have already seen the best life. So it's going to be a stage now where it's going to be pure pace.
Hard. You've got to think about it.
Not for long, they won't. And Ofale not using DRS here.
I'm sure those hards would be good for at least 25 laps, but it's also still really they're about halfway through the line. If that.
Yeah, this is where they start dropping off.
Tomorrow's got another
speeding He's had a disastrous afternoon as Ofale's nearly hit the back of Maudi there.
Recognize AI is back in the pits again, still with the damage. I don't know what the AI is doing.
It's 3 laps down, apparently.
He's got 3 damage still. Yeah, I don't know why.
So Ofale's built up a bit more ERS on this occasion, and he is close.
I think it's longer than Maudi. Keeps Ofale high.
It helps him because, yeah. But here he comes. He's saved his ERS this time. Surely this is going to be the move for the McLaren around the outside. Maudi's going to have nothing to defend. He does throw one down the inside though. And Ofale gives him the space. But that is the move done for the McLaren driver. But Maudi's not gone off ERS. He's used it all. And that is the move for the McLaren driver. And he's been given a 3-second time penalty on the left-hand side. As Maudi goes up the inside. Turn 4. Ofale gives him the room. But Ofale got another penalty there. Did you see where it was?
I didn't see it. I saw him go a bit.
Have you seen how many penalties he's got?
I'm kind of scared.
So I think Maudi's alright.
Yeah.
He should be alright.
Yeah. So I think
We
now
haven't talked about the guys out in
Nelson's
front
got
this whole
8
time.
seconds, but Van always got the fastest time pass for the bit down, I think. So I wonder if that's gonna
If I was
get
Maudi now, I wouldn't even bother. I think he's
keep with him. He's just literally he's the
although
DRS.
Bram Nilsson, 8 seconds of penalties, Matt.
That's just what I say. Yeah. I think Maudi's still
Currently
going to be far behind.
7.2.
7.3.
If he battle,
yeah.
he's going to go for the move on Afale here again. Up the inside he goes, and he gets the move done on the McLaren, who goes very, very wide. And the more these two battle, the less it helps Maudi to try and get that P6.
Oh, it's got more DRS.
We've got a yellow flag, and here comes Afale back round the outside. It's going to be an easy move, surely, for the McLaren driver. Will Maudi stick one up the inside? He's too far back on this occasion. And the move is done.
On the wheel. Going very slowly.
Now, can Janino get himself within 5 seconds of Downboss as well?
The wheel's going very slowly.
And Kata's right on the back of Janino as well, Matt. Janino hasn't got a penalty at the moment, but if he does pick one up on his last couple of laps, then that's Kata's podium. And he is going to go for the move here, Kata. He's deep in the slipstream of Janino. And those softs still showing that they've got the pace. And he's going to use all of his ERS here. Janino's still got some in reserve, 41%, so I think Kata's going to be... Oh, he's hit the back of him. He's got away with damage, but he's really close now. I don't think he's going to have enough ERS, surely, to get past Janino. He opens the door for the Racing Point driver, surely. That is the move now for the Racing Point on the final lap.
Yeah,
Janino's got the ERS, and yeah, he gets the move back on the Racing Point and keeps himself in P3, although he's still
I don't know what
Florial's
doing. Florial's been, I don't know what he's trying to do, to be honest. Being very dodging, he's got 28 seconds of penalties. But Kevin's coming towards the last sector now. It is the last lap of the race.
It is. Tommy Real gets up the way of these guys as they're still battling on track, but out in front.
Kevin's coming down the main straight.
It was a difficult first stint for him, but he managed it brilliantly, and he was the last man standing in the end. But on a dominant season, he's taken a dominant victory. His home Grand Prix. Alpha Kevin takes the victory of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Downboss will follow him just behind in P2. Janino will come home P3, just ahead of Kata, and he will stay behind Downboss even with his penalty. Kata was P4, CJ Allen P5, Brown Nilsson finishes P6. Afale will come across the line in P7, but he will get jumped by quite a few of them behind, I think. Maudi will come home P7. Afale will be...
Crooken gets ahead of Renan.
Yeah, down in...
Renan had a fastest penalty.
Yeah. So Afale gets P8 by 1/10 over Crooken in the end. It was Crooken P9. And Renan got the last point.
I think for that race, I think everything would have got this by a little bit more.
Yeah, it was probably the worst race of the season, actually. It wasn't a bad race overall, but
just
the
wasn't
races
much
of the season have been very good.
A lot of people say that people prefer Brazil or whatever, but I'm not sure if that'll be the case this season.
I would usually say that, but this year I don't think so. Definitely didn't throw up as much as we maybe would have hoped for.
The Brazilian podium
Yeah,
in the Brazilian
podium.
Grand Prix.
Did you expect any less? But I think for Downboss, that is it's not confirmed, but it's definitely cemented his position in P3 in the championship. I believe he's 18 points ahead now.
So
I will double check that.
if it is 18 points, she needs to get some points and just make sure he's got 7 points.
Janino has to.
Oh,
He has to get at least P2, but yeah, Kevin was a dominant victor in the end. Look at its fastest lap, just to show you the difference.
That was a 9.0.
Yeah, that was on softs though.
Yeah.
Kevin's was on a set of mediums. But yeah, Downboss in P2, Janino P3, Kata was P4 in the end, very strong showing from him. CJ Allen as well, P5. Ram Nilsson P6, Maudi up to P7. Afale just managing to keep P8 in the end, Crook and P9. It was Cineflow who got the last point in the end. Renan was P11 and Tommy Real was P12 and a lap down. And your DNFs were VSG Agonized, ODT Davi, FXBR Davi, and TSR Danger Man, who didn't actually set a lap in the end. So the championship battle for P3, it was 15 points the gap, so it is now up to 18 points. So a lot of work for Juninho going into that final race. That must have been very consistent throughout the season, picking up a lot of P2s. Still to get his first victory in STB though.
So,
yeah, it's strange. You see, I mean, we have Tim Wakato's won a race this season. Cineflow's won a race this season. And Downboss, who sits P3 in the championship, has still not won a race. So
I have not had this P3 this season, but yeah. Like all the races I've been about, that's not the P. I've not had P3, which is a bit surprising.
but yeah, I'm sure Downboss's first victory is on its way for sure. And he showed massive improvement throughout the season.
If he is going to go into Tier 1, will he be able to then?
Well, we'll have to see. He's got one more race minimum in Tier 2. Still yet to be confirmed if he is going up to Tier 1 or whether he will stay in Tier 2.
No interviews, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no interviews for tonight as it's an all Brazilian podium. So yeah, nobody to interview tonight, but that wraps up our Brazilian Grand Prix for Tier 2 and both of the penultimate rounds for Tier 1 and Tier 2. And we've got one final duel for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix next week. Final race of the Season 17 Championship. As we head to the luxurious Yas Marina circuit. And first race will be Tier 1 with SB Maldi and Riggsy in the commentary box for Tier 1 on Monday night at 7 PM. And then next week it should be me and who knows in the commentary box for Tier 2 on the Tuesday at 8 PM. So make sure you tune into them.
I'm certainly not missing that, that's for sure.
Well, we'll see you on the grid for sure, and we'll hope to see you on the podium. But that wraps up your Tier 2 Brazilian Grand Prix, and we will see you next week.